Welcome to the Bullvine Podcast, your go-to source for inside stories, cutting-edge research, and the latest updates in the world of dairy farming. Our 134th episode explores what would happen if Donald Trump swapped his golden tower for a dairy farm. What if the president decided to make American milk great again? So please grab a glass of milk, sit back, and let's get started with this episode.
Picture this. Donald Trump, his famous hair hidden under a worn John Deere cap, leaning against a fence post, surveying a sea of black and white Holsteins. It's 2025, and the former president has traded Trump Tower for a milking parlor, ready to make American milk great again. Let's churn through this idea and see how Trump might transform the dairy industry.
If Trump got into the dairy business, you can bet your bottom dollar that it wouldn't be your run-of-the-mill family farm. He'd go big. Huge.
We're going to have the smartest cows, folks. Believe me, Trump might boast. His farm would use fancy gadgets to keep tabs on his herd. Cow Fitbits, similar to fitness trackers for cows, would monitor each cow's health status and milk production. This high-tech approach could potentially lead to healthier cows and increased milk production. He'd probably brag about his Trump Dairy Brain, a fancy computer system running the show. Trump would undoubtedly strive for even better outcomes.
We've got the best udders, folks. They're huge. Trump would be all about breeding super cows. He'd team up with cow scientists. Yeah, that's a real job, to create cows that make more milk than ever before. He might even try to patent Trump cows with gold-plated ear tags.
Trump loves building things, so he'd construct state-of-the-art barns with robotic milkers. These metal milkmaids can work around the clock, which means more milk and fewer sore human hands. The barns would be climate-controlled to keep the cows comfy year-round. It's like a 5-star hotel for cows, Trump might say.
As a businessman turned farmer, Trump advocated for changes that could significantly impact American dairy farmers. These included imposing stricter regulations on imported milk. His policies could reshape the industry for better or worse.
Trump might boldly proclaim, "We're going to build a wall and make the Canadian cows foot the bill." He would also advocate for higher taxes on milk from other countries and promote the sale of more American milk overseas. He'd probably also ask for more government help for dairy farmers, saying, "We need to support our great American milk heroes."
Trump would try to eliminate rules he thinks are holding farmers back. One example is loosening environmental regulations. "We're going to drain the swamp and use it to water our fields," he might quip. Trump's milk diplomacy, taking on the world one udder at a time. Trump is known for his tough talk in business deals, and he would probably apply that same style to selling milk worldwide. He might aim to renegotiate trade deals to boost the export of American milk, particularly to countries like Canada. "Time to milk this deal for all it's worth," he might say. He'd also likely pick fights with Europe over cheese names, arguing that American farmers should be able to call their cheese whatever they want. "We're going to make American Parmesan great again, even if we have to call it Trumpison."
Trump's a marketing whiz, so he'd go all out to promote his dairy products. His marketing prowess could potentially make dairy farming more appealing to the public, sparking a new interest in the industry.
Imagine milk cartons featuring Trump's image and catchy slogans like "the finest milk money can purchase." He'd probably use Twitter to tell everyone how great his milk is. "Just had a glass of Trump milk. It's fantastic. Makes all other milk taste like water. Sad."
Trump might get his famous friends to appear in ads drinking his milk. Picture Kim Kardashian or Tom Brady sporting a Trump milk mustache, exclaiming, "Got milk, Trump style." Tom Brady drinks Trump milk. That's why he's a champion. Be like Tom and taste victory with every sip.
While the idea of Trump running a dairy farm might seem as likely as a cow jumping over the moon, it does make us chew our cud about the future of dairy farming. Trump's business smarts and love of new gadgets could shake things up in the industry. But let's not kid ourselves. Dairy farming is more challenging than a $2 steak. Even someone like Trump, with all his money and famous friends, would find it's not all smooth sailing. Farmer Bob, who's been milking cows for 40 years, told me, "Running a dairy farm is harder than teaching a cow to dance. Trump might be in for a real kick in the pants." This cautionary note reminds us that even with the best intentions, the dairy industry is not without its challenges.
Trump's taking over a dairy farm would undoubtedly be the cream of the crop in terms of news. While his ideas might cause some controversy, they remind us that dairy farming requires innovative thinking to remain competitive. The future of dairy farming involves discovering more efficient methods to work intelligently, not just diligently, while maintaining the well-being of our cows and land. So what do you think? Could Trump's business know-how help dairy farmers, or would he be utterly out of his depth? How can we make sure American dairy stays strong for years to come? Let's milk this conversation for all it's worth.
Thank you for tuning in to the Bullvine Podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's insightful discussion. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review. Catch you next time on the Bullvine Podcast, where bovine expertise and community come together.